All right, everyone. Several people have had some trouble with timing cable replacement, so I'm gonna make a quick video. Try to give you a general overview of how to do it. You don't have to take the limbs off the bow. I've already done that with this one. Actually, just came that way. But this timing cable is junk. So we're gonna replace it without removing the cams. You can do this with the limbs and everything on the bow. You will have to remove the cables from the limbs. It is easier to take the limbs off since you're gonna have the cables off anyways. So anyways, remove the grip, which I've already started on this. You will come over to your take-up spool, loosen the set screw, take screwdriver, the big flathead, back your take-up spool up a little bit. We gotta get that out of there. I usually take a little Allen wrench, just give her a little friendly tap, and that will take this right out. That's where a lot of people don't do that, and then they're sitting there trying to fight this cable back in. So we're gonna take and pull this one off. Pull it out of here, which can take a little work. But if you pry and mess with a screwdriver, you can get it off pretty quick. The other side, this little bolt here is very common to have this brass bushing strip out. This is where most timing wheels have to be replaced. This is where the aluminum ones are kind of nice because they don't strip out. I already loosened that one up. Pop that off. Take a little washer off. Pull this cable off. Now, you can see in this one where the coating is off it, that's time to be replaced. So that's junk. Now you take your new one, and the key to this is to center this end exactly 180 degrees from the swedge in the same timing wheel we just took that off. Get that exactly centered. So this can be tricky, but again, you mess with it a little bit, you can get it in there. Kind of hold it in place. Get your 1/4 inch, or yeah, it's 1/4 inch long 1024 there. Get it started. I'll show you a little way to center this thing. Make sure that's under your washer. Get that down in there. All right. Now what I do, start tightening that up. Keep centering our washer. Sometimes you gotta get a screwdriver in here. Keep that pushed down. Get that washer pushed over so it's centered. Of course, we're making a video, so it's not going to go easy. But I'm not going to cut this video because I think everybody should see how fun this is. Not exceptionally difficult, but tedious. Alright, so now that you get your washer centered, I leave that loose. And I'll take the rest of this cable, and I hope you can see all this. I'm filming this with the iPhone, so. I take this cable, and I pull it with that still a little bit loose. Here, pull that cable straight away from that, holding it right at the swedge. And that will center that cable. With that tension on it, I'll tighten this up a little bit. Just get her good and snug. This is And then I check and make sure that I'm straight away, I got equal tension on both sides, so, or very close to it. All right, then do not cross these right here. You do not want these cables crossed. So flip her over, we're gonna go to the other end. I'm not gonna worry about the crisscrossing it and all that for now. First thing we're gonna do is, while we have all this slack, slide the switch through the hole. And you get it to where it'll pop up out of there. Stick a screwdriver and pry her up. All right. Take your take-up spool, put the swedge in the middle of the spool. Start your spool back in the wheel, and this is the part that really, sometimes you stab yourself with a screwdriver. You know, sometimes you want to say words that we aren't going to say on here. But if you can get about a quarter turn on that to start with, and get that bottom to go in, start it in that timing wheel. Get that screwdriver in there and just wiggle her in. There you go. Now we're in. Now I'll put about a quarter turn on that to hold it in place. Now, make sure our cams are in the right location. Make sure this is not twisted up here. We are twisted up here, so. I'm gonna have to go all around the dang bow. Or get that off. Okay. So, we'll come up here. Make sure we're not twisted. This bottom one comes off the back, is gonna go under and go over the timing, or the idle wheel, I mean. So we know that has to go over the top on this side. That'll put our cross in it. We're gonna cross it right here. This one comes over the top and we'll go underneath. So you'll stay here, little guy. This one comes over the top. Over the top. And if we do this right, put a little tension on it. Again, this is all still loose, so we just tighten up our flathead where our take-up spool is. Try to hold everything in place. Put about another turn on it. Come back here, make sure everything's in the tracks where they go. If you do this right, these will roll forward. If you don't do this right, this one will roll forward and this one will roll backwards. You know you don't have your cross right. Now, where it crosses, we want it to be up here. So when I put this grip back on, which I will do here real quick, I ensure with my finger here that these two are perfectly straight below. Take our grip with the slot in it, push that on and hold it, making sure these are not crossing below. We want them to cross up here. Back side of the grip. Screws in there real quick. You always want to have the grip on before you set the tension on the timing cable, because the grip is going to push the cable down and create extra tension. So now we're going to adjust the tension on this. Now for me, on a Black Eagle, on an Osprey, on any Oneida bow like that, this is about how much I like in it. You don't want a lot. You don't want it super tight. I always say snug, but not tight, not like a banjo. So put a little extra, just a little 1/8 of a turn on there just to have a little extra snugness. I don't think that's a word, but I'm using it. And then tighten up your set screw as you're holding that. That's it. Boys, timing cable is on. Everything is back to where it needs to be. Let's take up this timing spool there. So there we go. Everything clears, everything rolls. Everything's nice and smooth. Now I will normally put a little grease under here. I actually have some more work to do on this bow, but I wanted to give everybody a quick video on how to do that. You can see this idle wheel's not turning on this one, so I'm gonna have to do a little work on that too. So little things, but if you're just doing maintenance and you're just doing the timing cable, that's it. It's that simple. This one's good to go, ready to put back together.